So I just watched The Bride, and it was interesting. The Bride was written and directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal and follows the bride as she is brought back to life by Frankenstein, and her and old Frank are on the run after a night of misfortune. I think the first thing that really stood out to me about this film was the great performances by Jessie Buckley and Christian Bale. I thought that they absolutely killed it, especially Jessie Buckley. I thought she was great in this film, but both her and Christian Bale together were great. I love the dynamic between the bride and Frank, as they call him in this film. I thought they had great chemistry with each other, and I thought that their story was really interesting. Just a very complicated sort of Bonnie and Clyde inspired story. I think that I like the crime element of it, I guess, and the 1930s setting. I thought it worked well for me, and I enjoyed all that. But what I will say is that the other characters in this film, and I'm trying to think if there's like any other character in this film outside of the bride and Frank that really stood out to me, and there's really no one. It's really just those two. Everyone else I could kind of do without. There's really no other character that I enjoyed or really cared about outside of those two. There's like this detective character that I really thought was annoying, as well as his secretary detective partner thing. And there's like this mob boss character that I just didn't care for at all. And that's the thing, like stylistically, this movie is fantastic. The cinematography is gorgeous and stunning. The sets are perfect. The makeup is amazing. But despite this amazing style and visual flair that this film has, the story is just all over the place. There are like 2 or 3 storylines in this film that I feel like should have been cut out, and the film would have been all the better for it. In fact, I feel like this film really needed probably 2 or 3 more drafts before they got into the filming process. It just feels like there was some cobwebs and dust that needed to be cleared before they finished this, because I really think that there's a great movie in here and there are some great moments, but it is kind of bogged down by these unnecessary storylines that mainly fill up the runtime, and the movie is way too long. I'm not exactly sure how long it is, but it feels pretty long, and I'm not sure if that's a pacing issue or just the film didn't need to be as long as it was, but either way, it was kind of dragging after a bit. But the movie does have a really great vibe. Again, I really like the Bonnie and Clyde sort of vibe between the bride and Frankenstein, and I think that it just has a very unique, almost like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's some sort of punk aesthetic. I forget what it's called, but it's like kind of like the Mortal Engines steampunk. It's kind of like steampunk sort of vibe that I really enjoyed. And the music was great in this movie too. I really enjoyed the music. There's like a dance sequence that I thought was really good. I really enjoyed it. But the story structure in this movie, again, was really strange. And I guess mild spoilers here, but kind of the way that the story is framed is that Mary Shelley, who is the author of the actual real Frankenstein book, possesses this woman who later on becomes the bride. And I just didn't really think this narrative structure really fit the story that well. It kind of felt a bit out there, and I'm kind of chill with like the idea of it. I think I like the meta sort of idea of it, but I just didn't think it was executed that well, and I think it kind of detracts from the main story. It's just not something I personally really vibed with that much. But yeah, there's some great moments here. I just think that it needed to focus on the main stuff, and that is, of course, Frankenstein and the Bride. That's really the only good part of the movie. I was invested in those 2 characters, and everything else was kind of hit or miss for me. So, yeah, overall, I'm going to give The Bride a 5 out of 10. Thank you for watching the video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you later.